Ronaldo was born on the 5th of February 1985 in Lisbon, Portugal, to really poor parents. See, his dad Jose Diniz used to be a kit man for a local club in Portugal and Andorinha, and his mom, well, she just managed to get by. Add this to the fact that they lived in a one-room apartment with Ronaldo's older siblings with no food to eat sometimes, and life was tough. Still, despite all that hardship, Ronaldo found the one thing he could use to escape all his troubles at the time. But what he didn't know was that this sport was going to change his life. Football. Soon as he could walk, Ronaldo spent countless hours every day trying to get better. He was always out in the streets putting in the hard yards. Until one day, he got his big opportunity when a local scout came along and offered him the chance of a lifetime. Sporting Lisbon. At the time, the club was looking at taking a couple of talented kids into the academy, and Ronaldo was one of the selected few, but they still had to pass a final trial before they got in. And in Ronaldo's words, this game changed everything. Trial day. And just before the start of the game, the scout came in and broke the message to the kids. Whoever scores the most goals, that's the person we pick. As soon as Ronaldo heard that, he was locked in. He scored a goal. But another kid on his team, Albert Fantrao, had scored 2. So coming into the final minutes of the game, Ronaldo and Albert were both through on goal when Albert went round the goalie, and instead of shooting into the empty goal, he decided to pass to Ronaldo instead. Ronaldo got the contract. Now he was at Sporting, it was time to show the world just how good he was. After bagging the first couple of goals for the senior team against Moreirense, Ronaldo never looked back. He became so good that now a lot of clubs were interested in him. But Ronaldo's big break was about to come months later. After he put in a performance so crazy, he had the biggest club in England on speed dial trying to sign him. Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester United in a friendly game, and Ronaldo put in a masterclass performance. He had the entire United defense on strings, and by the end of the game, Sir Alex Ferguson had seen enough. So he rang up Ronaldo's agent, struck a deal, and days later, Ronaldo was off to Manchester United on a deal worth $19 million. At his new club, Ronaldo was tipped to be the next big thing. In fact, Sir Alex believed in him so much that when Ronaldo joined on jersey picking day and asked for the number 28 jersey, Sir Alex said no and gave him the club's most important shirt number. Yeah, the birth of CR7. But on the field, it didn't quite pan out the way he thought it would. Ronaldo got off to a slow start, and he even got labeled by some of his teammates as a kid who just loved dribbling too much. But to Ronaldo, this was more than anything he could ever ask for, because now he could afford to take his family off the streets and give them a place of their own. But just when things started to look up for Ronaldo, one phone call sent his entire world crashing down. His dad, Jose Diniz, fell sick. Now, Ronaldo's relationship with his dad was kinda complicated, because all those years growing up, he just wanted to get closer to his old man. But his dad was so sick and tired of not being able to provide for Ronaldo and the family that he started drinking, and now he developed liver issues. Quickly, Ronaldo asked for permission to leave the club so he could go see his dad, and as soon as he got to the hospital, Ronaldo made a promise to do everything he could to keep him alive. But in the end, it was too late, because days later, Jose Diniz was dead. And it shattered Ronaldo. But it was here that Ronaldo got his elite mentality. Because right after this incident, Ronaldo knew all he had left was his mom and siblings. They were family now. So he made another promise to become the best in the world just to see them happy. And 2 years later, Ronaldo fulfilled his promise on the biggest stage. That 2007-08 season was special for Ronaldo. He scored a record high 31 goals in the league. Add that to being the Champions League top scorer and winning the competition too. And months later, Ronaldo was officially the best footballer on the planet.